Christmas tree got a boo-boo.
Brenda, I can figure out which story you're talking about, but is that really the best you can do?
Do you want to give it a try?
Sure, here goes. The Milwaukee Christmas tree on display in Red Arrow Park this year was damaged during chopping when its top came off on the way down. City workers were able to return the top to the tree, but not until after it had been ticketed for indecent exposure.
No. The official Milwaukee Christmas tree was chopped down this month, and in the process, it knelt down, removed its headgear, and gave honor to all those brave trees that had gone before it.
Humpty Dumpty was a big tree. Humpty Dumpty came down top 3. All the king's horses and all the king's men could put Humpty together again, but it doesn't matter because he's been severed from his roots and he's going to die. Also in election news this November was a referendum on the city ballot to mandate paid sick leave for all employees within the city. Besides the importance of the mandate itself, the legislation was also an example of Wisconsin's rarely used direct legislation, a legal process by which regular voters can pass their own laws that have not gone through a legislature, cannot be vetoed by any executive, and which cannot be modified by elected officials until at least 2 years after they've gone onto the books. Now, here to explain the significance of this legislation to us is our own legal correspondent, Greta Klugnecht.
Good evening. Several business analysts have looked at this bill and seen that it could cause some problems for businesses within the city of Milwaukee. But what they fail to realize is the significance of the process of direct legislation itself.
Really? Well, like what?
Well, that it's the most awesome law ever. There are so many things that the city government can do that my alderman would never even suggest to the Common Council. Whenever I call and suggest badly needed legislation, I normally get responses like, "That's unfeasible, that's too expensive, it's 4 a.m., call back in 4 hours, you don't live in my district, why are you calling me? This is Taco Bell, you have the wrong number." And there was nothing I could do about it. Until now. Well, my alderman is going to get put in his place because now I make the rules.
Well, okay, so you're going to write up some of your own legislation. Okay, well, like what?
Let me show you. I'm so glad you asked. Number 1. The city shall install lazy boys on all buses.
Well, Greta, there are a couple of problems with that law. First of all, the city doesn't run the buses, the county does. And second of all, wouldn't that be kind of expensive?
Ben, I can't be bothered with details like that. I'm a big picture person. Heck, that's why we let those aldermen keep their jobs, so they can figure that out. Here are some of my other laws, though. Law number 2, institute chicken dance day. Law number 3, make the mayor dress like an egg roll day. Law number 4, a dump truck is not a toy. Law number 5, free shots. Law number 6, I want a race car.
Greta. Some of these laws, I'm going to have to tell you, sound kind of petty to me. And more to the point, some of them don't even really sound like laws. They're really more sentences.
Okay, Ben, I can see why you're confused here. You're failing to see the importance of these much-needed statutes. Let me sum it up with my most important law, number 523, okay? There is a disproportionate amount of annoyance being caused by people in our community who insist on using sign language in public. When I see somebody using their hands to do funny things, it really freaks me out. And I don't think I'm the only one. Therefore, I propose a law which would prohibit any attempt to use visual symbols to represent words or ideas.
Okay, Greta, I'm going to momentarily ignore the complete disregard that law has for the disabled, and instead I'm going to go right to the point that law wouldn't just outlaw sign language, it would outlaw any form of the written word.
What's the significance?
You'd basically outlaw modern civilization within the city limits of Milwaukee.
You know, some might say that your criticism of my attempts to pass my own legislation is anti-democratic.
Greta, the mere fact that this law is codified basically means that it outlaws itself.
Communist.
Okay, Greta, in order to get any of these laws passed, you basically have to go up to the voters of Milwaukee and get at least 50% of them to say yes on the ballot, correct?
Well, of course.
Well, then there is still some hope. Greta Klugnick, everybody!
And that's the news.
Good night, everybody. From the city where snowmen will soon be applying for driver's licenses, this is Milwaukee Update.
Thanks for watching.
Milwaukee Update was filmed before a studio of dead gerbils. All that Pierce King.